we have to listen. We have to keep up with, unfortunately, we got to cover the celebrity news and all this other ish that is going on. So the hot topic everybody is talking about, you all, is Diddy. Diddy, 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 Diddy. Diddy do it, Diddy didn't, Diddy didn't, Diddy, Diddy, Diddy. But listen, it's saying that Howard has allegedly given back the $1 million that Diddy gave to the HBCU Howard. They gave it back. And my thing is this. Let me just say this. I'm so sick of you all. I'm so sick of these universities. I'm so sick of you all. You up here begging and you need money, and then somebody give it back. You think that the church is giving back the drug dealing money that they paying in tithes? You think that they giving that back? You think that they giving back all this money that they know that they not supposed to be getting, or they getting illegally from that 5013C money? You think they giving that money back? Howard and any other university, all the universities that gave back the money that Bill Cosby gave and donated. I just want to know this. What did the students do to cause you to get up on your high horse and say, you know what? We don't need this $1 million. We're going to go ahead on and give it back. Why would you give back money that was donated to you? I don't understand that. So what does giving back the money? So is that saying that we have nothing to do? We don't want to have anything to do with you, and to just prove that we don't want to have anything. You think, listen, all these other all this corruption, the person that gave back the money. So are you mean to tell me, so you know that you are getting some illegal grants and all this other ish behind the doors, behind the scenes, you doing a little washing of the hands and some other hands and getting some other trickery and all this other foolishness going on behind the scenes that ain't nobody caught up with you, or ain't nobody said nothing about it yet, but you're too good to accept the donation now because the funk done hit the fan? I don't understand. So can somebody help me understand, what does giving back money, what does severing ties with somebody? This world, we live in a fair weather generation of people. Like, there is like no loyalty amongst people whatsoever. It's just like, what in the world? And then they snatch away his honorary degree. So they give him back his $1 million, and then they take his honorary degree. You know what I would do? I would tell Howard, let me tell y'all what y'all can do with that honorary degree. The president of Howard, the CEO, or whoever you are, let me tell you, you could take that CEO and you could take that degree right with your title and stick it so far up your CEO. Because anybody that, my thing is this, I hope that Diddy does make it out on the other side of this. I really, really hope that he does. Now, a lot of people how you gonna say that, Jay? How you gonna say you hope he make it out on the other side of this? Because I do. You want to know why? Because there are so many. Listen, if Diddy fall, then let the whole organization fall. I'll say that again. If he falls, let the whole organization fall. Because we're sitting here and we're willingly acknowledging the fact that Diddy had these parties and he's doing all this and he's doing all that, right? Now, help me get this right though. But when you say party, and when you say somebody is having a party, that typically means there's more than one person, right? You got to have, in order to have a party, you got to have some guests, right? So now everybody is so, Diddy and the Diddler and all this and that. Everybody's so scared of Diddy and so want to be away from him. But y'all was just partying. So the same smut and listen, so many of these celebrities are getting on here and shaming him and bashing him and all that other good ish. But correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all was at the party. I'm just saying, y'all was at the party. So if whatever he was doing, allegedly that was against the law, and he's doing all this, you all were reaping the benefits of his crime. So he wasn't the only one. If he is guilty of what they are accusing him of, everybody at the party was guilty of that. See, everybody is sitting up here. They like, oh, he's so disgusting. Got 1,000 bottles of baby oil and this and that. Listen, y'all thinking those 1,000 bottles of baby oil was for Diddy? No, that was not for Diddy. Those 1,000 bottles were for his guest. Okay, understand what I'm saying? The people at the party, that's who those bottles of baby oils was for. The people at the party. That's why he had so much, because it was readily available. Listen, I'm a one-stop shop, allegedly. So you all coming here, y'all partying and y'all kicking it. And he got everything right there. He got what you need. Everybody knew that his parties was cracking. That's why everybody up in there, oh yeah, this lit. He lit up in here. He got it. He doing this and he doing that. Now, don't nobody know nothing. Now everybody want to just be all good and innocent. Ain't nobody partied. Ain't nobody kicked it. Diddy was just out here freaking and doing all of this by himself. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. And you all know it. So now y'all done been out there. Y'all been at the freak offs as well. So my thing is this. If Diddy is guilty of the freak offs, then what does that make the people that attended the freak offs? Are they not as guilty? I mean, are they like, somebody help me understand? Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. Maybe I'm looking at it through the wrong lens, because, I do wear some glasses, and they are a sight to see, So maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I'm not looking at this thing the right way. But before we go and try to disassociate ourselves or try to make it seem like, try to slam this man, my thing is this. If the ish fall, then let it fall. But my thing is, let everybody lift. If heads are going to roll, let every head that was involved roll. Literally. Don't just, oh, well, we're going to pick Diddy. He done did this and this. Listen, he got some beef with some other people. He done made the wrong people mad. And now here it is. Another black man will fall because he done made the wrong person mad, or another skin tone, because it wasn't no black person. He made the wrong other person mad. And now he is up to potentially lose everything. But my thing is this. I hope that while the FBI, while they raided his place, I hope that they got the guest list. I hope that they start contacting the people that were benefiting from these freaky parties and that were benefiting from all of this stuff that he's allegedly being charged with. I just hope that they all are brought to justice. If that's what this is really about, then let justice be done all the way across the board. Let's not just get on our high horse and start singling we're going to single Diddy out again. I'm not condoning anything that Diddy did. So whatever he did, that was a crime that he is guilty of. May he pay for what he did. But let the others that are involved, may they pay for what they did as well. My thing is this. We're not going to just pin it all on one person and then, oh, here we go. Yeah, he's going down and he did this. Listen, let every sick person, because if he's sick, what does that make the people that attended his parties? So if he's sick, he can't be the only one that's sick, and he had other people there partying with him. So may every sick bastard that was there, may you all be served up the correct punishment accordingly. And that's just no more than fair. If he goes down, then everybody that participated in all of this foolishness, may they go down as well. But we all know that that's not what this is really about. But we'll watch and see. But as far as this HBCU, Howard, as far as you giving back the $1 million donation that was given to you, and then you snatching his honorary degree, whoever made that judgment call, like, you suck and you might be next. So why you sitting up here? I would never, and I would never. Yeah, you better hope that you don't ever. And all these people that are laughing and poking fun, I just hope that they don't come after you. Because like Hulk Hogan used to say, what you gonna do when that power structure comes for you? What you gonna do? So with that being said, listen, let's stop chuckling a little bit so much at Diddy, and let's just start looking clearly to see, like, you know what? This is some real bull junkie going on. And it's getting interesting. It really is getting interesting. But enough about that. So again, I just wanted to say my little piece about Diddy, hashtag free Diddy, because, or free Diddy, or hashtag lock them all up. That's all I'm gonna say. Free Diddy or lock them all up. And that's just how I feel about it. Free them or lock them all up. Now listen, speaking of freeing and locking them all up, listen, you all, what do you all think about this hot topic? So the lady is saying her husband, they don't have any biological children together. He has a child and she has a child. So her husband, he decides to take his biological child on a vacation, but he did not take his stepchild. So now the wife is feeling some type of way, because she's like, okay, well, how are you going to take just your child on a vacation and not take my child with you all on the vacation? So he's like, he wants to bond with his daughter. And what's the problem? What do you all think about that? Do you all think that the husband has a legitimate point? Listen, I want to bond with my child. I don't want to take your daughter. I don't have a problem with your daughter. I love your daughter. You know I love your daughter, but I just want some time with my daughter. Can I do that? The wife got rocks all in her jaws, and she wants to know, listen, you can't do that. If you ain't taking my daughter, then you shouldn't be taking your daughter. What are your thoughts on that? Just as a mom, as a parent, first of all, why would you marry someone, you know that they have a kid, and then you not do right by the kid? See, that's the problem that I have with situations like this, because, and this is why we have to be so mindful when you have small kids. Everybody don't have a good heart. Let's just say this. Listen, let's just acknowledge this. They can be freaking you and freaking you. Listen, have you hanging off the chandeliers and just listen, just getting it in. But that does not mean that they need to have access to your kids. Some people should only be to bust one and keep it moving. I'm gonna say that again. Some people, they should just be for you to bust one and keep it moving, because we're seeing a lot of this. We are seeing a lot of these stories where the people are treating the children unfairly. Why would you get into a relationship, let alone a marriage, with someone and you know that you're going to cause discord amongst the kids? We have to start being, doing things a little bit better. Now, I know some may say, Jay, how you gonna even fix your mouth to say something like that? Like, what is wrong with this man, doing something with his daughter and this and that? He wants to bond with his daughter. It's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But when you married that woman with that child, did that not become your child as well? Because my thing is this, it causes, now you're going to have an innocent kid feeling some type of way. Now you're going to destroy any chance that your daughter and your wife's daughter have of bonding. You're destroying that, because you're doing for one and you're not doing for the other. Kids a lot of times don't understand adult foolishness. They just don't. And we shouldn't want to be honest, we shouldn't want to put the kids in the midst of adult bull junkie. We just should not want to do that. It's just like, it's not a good look. What purpose does it serve for putting the kids in the middle of our adult madness? So if you want to bond, you've married this woman and she has a kid, aren't you her dad? Like, aren't you her bonus dad? Isn't she your bonus daughter? So why can't you do for both? Now, from the wife's standpoint, you can't be talking to him all crazy out the side of his neck, out the side of your neck, saying, "Oh, well, if you ain't doing this for my baby, then your baby ain't going." You can't, you can't do that, because guess what? You chose him. The man that is making this type of decision, you chose him. So you knew how he was prior to you getting in a relationship with him. So you cannot, don't sit and act surprised and act like you didn't know whom or what you were dealing with, because this type of stuff, like these type of behaviors, this does not just happen overnight. Like this was always there. So, ma'am, you cannot dictate to him how he runs his life, how he raises his daughter, or what he chooses to do. You cannot, say it with your chest and, make all these demands, because that was a conversation that should have been had prior to you all getting married. But I think that it's unfortunate, it's unfair, and it sucks for the kids. It sucks for both the kids. Now, the husband, he may be thinking that, oh, well, this is just, it only affects, the wife's daughter. But no, it's going to affect your daughter as well, because, like, your daughter could be looking forward to having a bonus sister, but by you alienating her from the bonding session, then, they're not going to get a chance to, be as close as they potentially could, because here we are, we have an adult in their feelings for whatever reason. Now, here's the thing. If for real, you don't want to pay for both of them, then I would say something to the wife and say, you know what, listen, I don't have enough right now to take both of the girls, but I want to take both of them. So why don't you, chip in and let's make this happen. Let's make this an epic experience for both of our daughters. But if you are just singling them out and just automatically you're pitting them against each other, because you're choosing to do this. Yeah, Jay, that's his biological daughter. He don't have to do nothing for this woman's daughter. No, he doesn't. But why would you not? Hey, Reginald, how you doing? Why would you not want to do something for a child that you willingly signed up? You knew that this child exists. You said, I do to this woman. You said to take care of her. You're going to take care of her and honor her and love her and all that other ish. But she comes with a child as well as you do. But you're going to alienate her child, and then you're going to just do something with your kid. My thing is this, and even for women that do things like that, like they'll go out and you go shopping, and you know that this man got kids, and you going out and you're shopping just for you and or for your kids. That ain't right. Now, how you gonna just shop for your kids, but he got kids as well, and you know that they're around? Like, why not do for all? So when people have that type of mindset, I just feel like, you know what? Just stay single. Like, just stay single, or get with somebody that do not have kids, and therefore all the attention can just be on your kid. You don't have to worry about putting another kid in the situation and making them feel uncomfortable. Hey, pretty Tasha, how you doing? Because again, that destroys kids' self-esteem. We wonder why we have so many kids and so much hatred and foolishness in the Black community. That's because we got these dingbat adults doing dumb ish like this to these kids. This is why you wonder why these kids are so hateful and disrespectful. This is part of the problem. That ain't my kid. Listen, I just, can we please Get out of that "this ain't my kid" type mentality. Hey Erica, you saying I will definitely replay this. I'm late. How you doing today, honey? You said exactly. You are exactly right. This is what's wrong with our community. Like, we don't love on something just because I didn't give birth to it. Don't mean that I cannot love it, that I will not love it, that I will not, and I don't want the best for it just because I didn't give birth to it. It's a Black child. I want what's best for all these Black kids. I want what's best for all kids, but I'm going to focus on Black kids. But this is one of the reasons why, because adults, we don't make it, we don't hide how we feel. If it ain't ours, oh, look at all the stuff that we say on social media. Kids are reading this. So if this ain't my daddy and he don't care about me, my daddy don't care about me, my mama don't care about me, why should I care about anybody else? Now you go to school and you tear the whole school up, and now everybody else crying around because you know why? Because we're not shedding no love, we're not spreading no love. All we're doing is spread all this toxic foolishness and all this hate. And now we crying because somebody innocent got hurt. Yeah, you loving on your kid. Yeah. But what about all of the kids that's around your kid that is not being loved on? That's what you got to worry about. We can't just be worried about loving on our kids, because your kid got classmates that ain't nobody loving on them. So guess who a target? Your baby. Your baby is prone to be picked on by the kid that ain't nobody else showing them no love. Guess why? Don't nobody love me. Ain't nobody showing me no love. Guess what? So why should I show love? I don't care. Also, I'm going to hurt your kid because your kid because I'm jealous because of the way your kid is well rounded. Your kid is well balanced. So I'm jealous. So guess what? I'm going to hurt your kid because I'm hurt. And we don't see how a lot of this stuff, we can fix it if we are just a little bit more open and a little bit more perceptive to other people and things that are around us. But we so dang on selfish. We'll see our kids' classmates. We'll see a little kid walk past, shoes dirty, clothes dirty. We'll see that. We'll see it. We'll see the kids walk past, baby. We'll see that they hungry, look hungry, and we won't say jack to them. We talk about them, act like, but don't you know that some kindness for that can go a long way? Pull that kid to the side. You never know whose life you're saving just by being nice, just by helping. You see a need. I'm not saying we can save the world, but dang, if you see something, like, let's stop. They parents need to stop being so trifling and mama trifling. Well, if you know his mama trifling, help him. You know he ain't gonna get it at home. That ain't my responsibility. Erica, you're saying sad but true. Hey, Katie Lowe, how you doing, boss lady Katie Lowe? Yeah, and then you also saying, Erica, it works both ways. And it does. So here's the thing. If we're gonna get in relationships, especially married, and with people that have kids, treat your kids how you want people to treat you. You know, treat other people's kids how you want your child to be treated. So for me, I think that was a relationship and a marriage that should not have even gotten together, because if you're going to be like that, you're not going to treat my kid like that. You just not. If we're bringing kids into this situation, then this is a conversation that should have been had prior to saying I do. How are we going to parent? Like, what does this look like? What does this blended family look like? How would this look like? What role are you going to play with my child? What role do you want me to play with your child? And let's see if we're on the same page as far as how we want things to go with our kids. I mean, this is an important conversation that needs to be had, and it needs to be had up front. So we got to do better at putting our kids' needs ahead of our own wants and our own needs. Because guess what? They didn't ask to be here. So why do they have to be involved in this selfish type of relationship when you know that this dude or this chick, you know that they don't have no good intention towards your kids? You know that they not going to include them in anything. You know that you're going to be at work and your kid gonna be at home with this wench and she gonna be cooking for her and her kids. Baby, let me tell you, oh Lord, I see how I just blanked out right there. I would let me come home from work and my child sitting here on the floor and everybody else sitting at the table and they eating. Do you know? Just call the people on me right now. Call the people on me right now, because I'm telling you, that whole house is getting tore up. And the person that's cooking is going to get tore up as well. I don't care. You're not going to do my kid like that. So you all, again, you have to start vetting these people and making sure that they are suited. Just like, when you go to the animal shelter, some of y'all going to get mad at me. When you go to the animal shelter and you go and they have to make sure they ask you about your kids and they want to make sure that the dog that you about to bring home is compatible with your kids. We got to start doing that with the people that we're dating and that we're marrying. We got to make sure that these folks are compatible with our children. All these folks are not compatible to bring home. Some of them are only compatible for you to bust one. I say you got to bust them on this. Listen, bust one and keep it moving. That's what some of these people are only compatible for. Stop making a good bust one. Stop making that something permanent and something long term. And really, they come with warning labels. Do not mix well with children. Hey, LaJuan. LaJuan, you're saying parents have to explain the level at which the other adult can discipline or treat your child or children. And that is so true, which would lead into our next hot topic. So, LaJuan, you brought up a good point. So now you are in this relationship, you're married, but the other parent is very active in the kid's life. They're very active. You're married. Does your spouse have the right to discipline your child or children, even though their biological parent is actively involved in their lives? How does that work? You talk about, woo, God, all these channels and all these dynamics. Again, you may say, listen, they got they mama involved. If they doing something, call a mama. They father involved, call a daddy. You as a step parent cannot discipline the child because they have a parent, their biological parent is involved. What do you all say about that? What do you all think about that? Is that step parent not able to discipline a child, your child, because their biological parent is actively involved in their lives? What do you all think about that? Erica, you're saying I'm going to jail without bail. Listen, I'll be right there, right with you. I'm gonna probably be crying though, because I don't want to be up in there, but I know I'm gonna be right on up in, because you're not gonna be mistreating these kids. But you're saying, listen, okay, I expect you to take care of my kids. I expect you to provide financially for my kids. I expect you to take my kids on trips and do all of this other stuff for my kid. I expect you to do all that. But you cannot discipline my child because my child has his biological parent involved. My child's father is very involved in his life. So you do not need to be trying to discipline my child because my child already got his daddy. His daddy is already involved. You cannot discipline my child. Woo! Baby. Now see, what we not going to do is this. We just got through talking about these are conversations that you have to have beforehand. Because again, here's the deal. How does it look? How can you fix your mouth to say, you know what, this person has to take care of my kid financially? I'm expecting them to take care of my child financially and do for them the way that, that I want for them to do for the way they do for their kid. and I want them to do and treat myself to keep my child the same, except for when it comes to discipline. Hold fast. Hold fast. Let me tell you something. It's either the whole shebang or nothing. Because I'm not about to sit up here and give all my hard-earned money and do all of this stuff. I'm showing up in all aspects as a parent. But when it comes to discipline, now you tell me I can't discipline because they father involved, they real father involved, because the real mother is involved. They stay with the real mother, but they getting my real money. They getting my real time. They getting my real energy. They can get everything from me. They can get everything from me, but these hands, if need be. No, let me tell you something. Count me out. Count me all the way out, because you're not about to have me sitting here taking care of a kid. I can feed them. I can clothe them. I can give them money. I can take them here. I can take them there. But you're telling me that ends, I cannot discipline them? Let me tell you what you and your kids can do. You can get up out my face, and you can take that and take all that foolishness and take that over there with the biological parent, and you and the biological parent handle that. You handle that, because how does that not sound crazy? Like you got a person doing all of this. You want them to contribute and show up in every way for your child as a parent. But when they do something, I got to come to you like I'm a little kid and tell you what they did. And then you discipline them. Wait, what? Wait. So now I didn't have to come to you and ask you, can I take them to Disneyland? Didn't have to do that. Didn't have to ask you if I can buy them a pair of new shoes. Didn't have to ask you that. Didn't have to ask you if I could take them near or take them there or do this and do that for them. Didn't have to ask you for that. But now they getting out of line. Now I got to ask your permission to put my foot up they behind. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So it's either you want the entire parent or you don't. Now I get it. Some people will say, Jay, I'm not going to just have any and everybody hitting on my kid. I 100% agree with you on that. So if you feel like the person that you with is an any and everybody, why are you with them? Check yourself. Why are you with any and everybody? See, we get good. See, we gotta make up our minds on which side of the fence we gonna be on, because we can't be all for you wanting these people to pour out all their resources, but then we fall back and now as long as you don't hit my child, cool. I ain't gonna hit your child, and I'm not gonna pay for nothing for your child either. I will just be a stand-in. Listen, go ask your mama. Go ask your mama. But when you look at, and if you got to get that petty, is that really something that you want to be involved in? Because I'm like, I am not about to be in a counterproductive marriage, a counterproductive relationship, because these things that we're talking about, this ish has to be discussed way before we even get to the marriage and we get to moving in. This stuff needs to be talked about ahead of time, because parenting styles are different, goals are different, lifestyles, everything is different. So we got to know what it is that we want, because things just look different. So why not talk about these things beforehand, before getting involved in all these situations and just kind of winging it? These are things that we need to start talking about, and they have to be talked about beforehand. We can't just wait until the last minute, because again, here we are. Now you're married, and now y'all trying to figure out how to parent. Now you just now figuring out that your spouse don't want you to discipline their kids physically, but they want you to spend all your money on them. They want you to do all of this stuff to show that they're your child. But when it comes to discipline, they're saying, my child got their real daddy involved. His real daddy, I'll just tell his daddy. But when he needed some shoes, his daddy wasn't able to come through with the shoes. I just tell his mother, his mom, her mama, I have to just do it for her. I'm just gonna tell mama, you don't gotta worry about it. But when you needed that extra for the trip and all this other stuff and that extra outfit for, for tumbling class, where was her mama at when you needed that extra? The mama wasn't there. The mama didn't have it. You was looking at me. So all I'm saying is, no, I'm not saying, oh, it's a free for all. We should be having everybody. Oh, everybody can hit your kids and do all this. I'm not saying that. Not saying at all. What I am saying is, if you have them in the house, you trust them and you've married them, then why can they not discipline your kid? And if you say, and if you know that they don't do good with your kids and your kids ain't feeling them, and it's not a good fit, this is how kids get hurt. Let's be real. This is where the real comes in and kids get hurt because we're putting the wrong people around our kids. You already knew it was some tension when they met the kids. You already know that this dude is bipolar, ain't taking his medicine, crazy, done been hitting on his real kids and baby mama. That's why they ain't together. But you think he gonna come over here and he gonna be better with you and your kids? Okay, yeah, no, you set yourself up for that one. So let's be mindful of the people that we are putting around our kids and putting them in our space. But it's ridiculous to think that you can expect somebody to financially care for your child, but that's where it ends. They can only financially care for your child, but they cannot discipline your child because their biological parent is involved and we get along. Listen, if I can't parent 100%, then I'm gonna parent 0%. So it's all or nothing. So you all, let's make sure that this is a conversation that we're having up front before getting in these relationships and before getting serious and especially before getting married. Let's make this a conversation that we start having beforehand so that we can kind of know how this looks and how this is going to work, because I mean, these are real situations and these dynamics. Listen, we had a totally good relationship till we got married and brought these kids involved because we did not have that discussion on how discipline looks, how financial responsibility for kids look, how does the biological parents being involved in the kids' lives, how does that look? All these situations and conversations need to be discussed up front. Now listen, speaking of disgusting up front, ladies, what say ye this? Now listen, the horizontal mumbo, when y'all do it, listen, it's bad. It's whack. But he treats you like a queen. He loves the ground you walk on. Do you stay or do you leave? Listen, there is nothing. Listen, his skills, no technique, no nothing. You just like somebody said, listen, I get more action, I get more stimulation than I get from a doggone it from the rose. I get more from a rose than I get from being with you on a sexual basis. I get more from the rug. I get more from that rose, baby. They say that rose is more exciting than you are. But he's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man. But his technique is just all, it's all wrong. Do you stay with this man or do you leave? Do you stay with him because he's a good man? He loves you. He treats you right. But in that area, it's lacking 1,000%. What are we doing? Are we staying or are we leaving? Are we staying? Listen, he cannot make you listen. You have more pleasure. You like, whoo, he working late on Saturday. All right, go ahead. I'll go ahead on and take care of myself with the rolls before he get home. And and cut. Or do you leave? Are you saying, listen, Jay, we gonna be real. That sexual component is a very important part of the relationship. And if we can't get it together in that area, if he's not putting it down in that area like he needs to be, I can't stay in a relationship where he is not putting it down. I know he treats me like a queen. Hey, Cedric, how you doing? I know he loves me and all this other good ish. But it is not happening over here for me. Everything is just off. So I'm gonna say, you know what? I might have to get this man up because it's not working out in that area. And if you are one of those ladies that say, you know what, I'm gonna have to give him up because it's not working out in that area, come here. Right upside your head. What is wrong with you? You're going to throw a perfectly good man away because the sex is not good. My thing is this. Now, he's a good man and his technique is just off. So, in my opinion, I believe that you can teach people. You got to show each other what you like. And that's where communication about that. And I know sometimes, listen, but ladies, listen, you got to proceed lightly in that area. You can't just go, and just tear his whole ego down. Because you're not going to get nothing. So you have to approach that situation very lightly. And you got to stroke them up. Ladies that are interested in building their households up there, y'all know what I'm talking about. The ones that's just, if you ready to end it and not be there, then you're going to talk all vulgar and crazy to him. And then he going to go and he going to put that whack sex on somebody else. And she going to know it's whack, but she know he's a good man. So she going to stroke his ego and she going to keep your man. She going to keep your good man because you ran your mouth too recklessly, opposed to telling him what you like and working with him so y'all can fix it. You chose to run him down. Now he over there with somebody else. And now she done showed him what she like. And now they together. And now she got your good man. And you sitting over there with your rolls 24 hours. So you keep on rocking out. But for those that choose to stay, because I would stay with the good man. Like he's a good man. Like good dudes are hard to find. They are hard to find. Listen, you guys have to set up tutoring sessions until you all get that physical part in order. Listen, it's so much stuff out here. You can show him how to use the rolls on you. It's so much stuff that you all can do. You got to think outside the box, but to throw a whole good dude away because that part ain't right. Nope. Cedric, you're saying you knew that before y'all decided to be serious. Absolutely. He said by doing it, you give him some point. Didn't you give him some pointers or something? That's what I'm saying. Like people, and a lot of times these are just excuses. Like you gotta be, I feel like if the moment you decide to start having relations with somebody, like, okay, now we know each other, we're connected. So now we should be able to talk and like, okay, let's put some things on the line. Like, okay, what do you like? I think this is a big thing. You can't assume that what worked for Henry is gonna work for Bobby. You cannot assume that. You can't assume what worked for Lizzie is gonna work for Mary. You cannot assume that. Like talk. I mean, we should know this at this age range. We should know. Listen, one stroke does not fit all. I know it was your best move for Mary, but Sheila ain't feeling it. It does absolutely nothing for Sheila. Sheila, you got to tell him, but tell him lightly. Okay, tell him lightly, you know, oh, you are just the end all be all. I just love it. Could you do a little bit more of this and a little less of that? It's the way we say it. I feel like we can have a conversation about almost anything. I believe it's the way that we say things, you know, our tone, our delivery, a lot of that will, you know, some things just won't be as offensive depending on how we deliver the message. And also, now listen, you also got to know who the receiver is and know how they receive information, and then tailor your delivery to how you know the person, the receiver is. You got to, so sometimes you got to do a little work. But if you believe, if that man is a good man, you know, throwing him away because that aspect is not, you know, in order. I think that, you know, those are some teachable moments. Hey, Lee, my sister is saying, hopefully he's open to listening to her needs and trying to satisfy them. Absolutely. And that's the thing. And that's why I say, you know what, you got to kind of know who the receiver is, because if the receiver is not open to any suggestions, then you got to ask yourself, now that becomes bigger than, you know, just a sexual problem. I'm trying to let you know what I like and what I need, and you're not being receptive to that. So now you got to ask yourself, like, okay, is he really as good of a dude as I say he is, or I'm trying to make it seem like he is? Because if he was, he would be open to listening to what it is that I need. So the fact that he would shut down whatever you're trying to say about what you need, then that will cause me to question and think like, okay, is he really that good of a man? Now, that's the part, just the technique. And he's a good dude. Now, here's the part that can get a little tricky where, you know, you might have to, you know, you might gotta leave. Cedric is saying, be openly honest with him. And here's the thing, I agree with that, Cedric. Now, here's the part where he can be a good dude. Now, what if the chemistry, that sexual chemistry is off or non-existent, but he's a good dude? Do you stay in that situation? Now, see, the technique and the chemistry, those are two different things. Like, technique you can teach, but that chemistry, you know, I don't know if you could, I don't know if I would say stay in a relationship where the chemistry is not there. You know why? Because the chemistry is what draws me to you. The chemistry is what makes me want you. And if I don't want you in that way, then I'm going to want and have somebody else in that way. So that, when it switches over, when it's no longer about the technique, it's just about the full-fledged chemistry, you got Houston, you got a problem. You have a problem when it's the chemistry, because how do you come back from that? How do you come back from not having a sexual attraction to this good man? So you got a good dude, but he does nothing for you in that area. Like, you can see him and you can go months and weeks. So I know a lot of times I see a lot of times where fellas are saying, you know, man, she not giving it up, and it's been months since I've been with my wife, or I've been with my long-term girlfriend or my fiance. It's been a while, and there's nothing wrong with her. You know, there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with her, but we're not being intimate like we should. If, you know, definitely have a conversation, because, you know, I don't like to hear, you know, relationships ending over things like that, but like that chemistry. So somebody tell me, how do you come back from that? Can you come back from there being no chemistry? So they're a good dude And fellas, we're gonna include the women. Like, man, she's a good woman, but you just not sexually attracted to her. She's a good woman, but there is no chemistry. At first it was, but something happened. Whatever it was that happened, but now I no longer desire you in that way. Once you stop desiring a person in a sexual way, like what are we doing here? Like, I can be the sweetest woman, the best woman, but if he no longer desires you in that way, in my opinion, it's done. I don't know if you guys want to talk to me. 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953. When the chemistry is gone, or if there was never any sexual chemistry, for me, I think that the relationship is over. Like, what do you do? How do you, maybe there are some things. Now, I do think that maybe there are some courses and some things that you can do that could maybe help you guys. If you were once attracted to each other, then I think that it can be rekindled. We just got to get to the root of what caused that person to lose that sexual attraction to their partner. And I'm gonna be honest, like, ladies, sometimes, like, what causes men to lose their attraction, and fellas, y'all can chime in too. What will happen? What causes a man to lose his sexual attraction for his woman or his wife? What would cause a man to lose his sexual attraction? And I know one of the number one things is running your mouth. Like, the way you talk to him, listen, especially in public, you cannot be emasculating these men in public and then thinking that when they get home, they're gonna be ready to put the schlong dong on you, because they not. Because you don't, that mouth of yours have talked you up out, and you can only do it for you so many times. And then once you notice that you guys can start being without being together intimately, like, listen, somebody gonna go somewhere and do something. That's all I'm gonna say. Somebody gonna go somewhere and something gonna happen and somebody gonna take care of something. So be mindful on how you talk to these dudes. Be very mindful. Cedric is saying it ain't worthwhile to with either of us to continue to live a lie. And I'm so with that. So it's like, when you get to the point, it's like, if it gets to the point, like, man, man, I love him, but I don't want him like that. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm good on him like that. And you're not even willing to try to figure out what's going on. I think that that is the day that, you know what, you got to ask yourself, like, what are we doing? And my sister, she's saying holding sex from him. Oh, yes, yes. Listen, that is a huge, and thanks for pointing that out, Lee. Holding sex from these dudes. Listen, you cannot be putting that thing on him, and then every time you get mad or you don't get your way, you want to withhold sex from him. You gonna withhold sex from him one time too many, and guess what? Once he stopped wanting it from you, now you're gonna have a problem. So you got to find something else to, be able to get your point across with these dudes. Because, and dudes too, like, withholding affection from each other, I just don't think that that is ever an effective way to handle a disagreement, because you can only alienate and push a person away for so long until they no longer desire to come back, because they're like, listen, I already know he finna do this, she finna do this. Guess what? I'm good. Once they start saying that they good in regards to the way you're acting, guess what? It's over. Like, it's over. Now you just pretty much waiting for the other shoe to fall. You waiting for the other, listen, either they gonna cheat or they just gonna say, you know what? It's not worth it. Like, I'm tired. I'm not going to keep going through this. I'm too good of a dude to be sitting here playing these type of games with her. Or she's going to say, I'm too good of a woman to be playing these type of games with him. But that withholding sex and that withholding affection should never be a thing that we should be doing to try to get our partners attention or trying to punish them. We got to come up with something else. So we got to figure out some other techniques. But let's come to the table and listen. What's going on? We need to get back to the days of just really talking and communicating, but not only talking, listening. We got to listen to what each other is saying, and then we got to tap in and know our partner's love language, which we're going to be talking about that tonight shortly. But guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, yeah, we definitely listen.
Everywhere you go, here's
Definitely got to
okay, good. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20 piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Yeah. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. Oh, no. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Hair done, nails done. When you put that clothes on, why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done. When you put that clothes on, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Yeah. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. No. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? When you put your clothes on, why you gotta look so good? It's something about you. Why you gotta look so good? When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Or when you're at the job, just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club, turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting them wrong one and all. Why you gotta look so good? Put your hair down, your nails done. When you put the clothes on, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
Welcome back to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all go to our page and like our page at the Jaye Spot. Follow us on Twitter at Jaye Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the Jaye Spot, and Jay is spelled Jaye. For all three. Why you had to go right around the corner. Boop, boop, boop. Go to YouTube, like and subscribe to our channel there. That's the jspot.com. And then go to TikTok, like and follow us there. The Jaye Spot. Jay is Jaye. Guys, turn on the notification bells. Bing, bing, boop, for all platforms. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. It's just me. Listen, sit next to me. We got esthetician.
Yes.
Chandler.
Oh.
Mother of a group of cool dudes.
Hey, y'all.
And little lady.
Missy Woo Woo.
Lady Lotus. Hey, Lady Lotus. How you doing?
I'm doing gorgeous. How are you?
Good. Just been trying to be on my best behavior up in here.
The struggle is real.
It is always real. It's always real. But I say, as long as you sitting right here, listen, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to, will it in. But as I'm home alone, I'm rogue. Y'all know I'm prone. Well, I'm going to go rogue with her sitting right.
I mean, what you really in with me for? We've been doing this ride for too long.
This is true. This is true. I was just trying to.
We on the plus spectrum.
I was just trying to act like I
act like I was brand new.
No, I was just trying to act like I got a little, I told him as we get closer to the new year now, I say, I start trying to make my New Year's resolution before December, because it takes 21 days to create a habit. So however I want to be for next year, I have to start working on it now and give myself time to fall and get it back together. So he asked me last year, what was my resolution for coming into 2024? He asked me, he's like, so what's gonna be your New Year's resolution, beloved? So I told him to be worse than I was in 2020.
Look, I was just about to tell you, my only goal is to continue to be Miss Petty.
I said, so that's my goal for the 2025. If the Lord say the same, what's your goal? To be worse than I was in 20.
I got a goal.
What's your
goal?
I
can take this goal.
What?
I'm gonna love myself more than I loved myself ever before.
Oh, I like that.
I am 100% falling in love with me.
I like that.
Yeah, we gonna love ourselves more in 2025, and we're gonna be super duper petty.
Yes,
super duper fly petty.
Yes. I like
can't
that.
Stand the rain petty.
Woo. Listen. Matrix up in this mug. Just
better catch the petty.
Back there. And listen, as always, if you want to find me, you can find me over on Petty Island, because I spend a lot of time over there. Now, listen, speaking of Petty Island, okay, this next hot topic, you're going to see why I spend a lot of time over there. So now, listen, you all, this next hot topic, ladies, you dating a man, and the fellas, listen, the man, he finds out that she is dating other men. Remember now, they just dating, spending time together and getting to know each other. And it's possibly, now she may be intimate with somebody else during this dating phase. Does he have a right to be upset if she's spending time and possibly intimate time with somebody else in the course of them dating and getting to know each other? He finds out, listen, he done snooped through the phone, and he found out she got some friends. So now he has rocks in his jaws because she got some friends.
And now he about to tell on himself because he was snooping.
So is he wrong for feeling some type of way that he, because he done found out, listen, she got some friends, but they're dating. They're not in a relationship. They're not exclusive or anything. So how should this man handle this? What do you think he should do?
Number one, he shouldn't have been being a bitch going through her phone like a female would. You know what I'm saying? If you're only dating, then you ask the question, are you seeing other people? That it's just that simple. And if she lied, then you're going to catch her in that lie down the line. But dude, don't be going through no body phone. Now, I feel like it's okay for him to have rocks in his socks and in his jaws, because I would. If I feel like I'm dating you and I'm not seeing anybody else, and then I feel like you still seeing other people, I'm gonna feel a certain type of way. But if we didn't discuss we are exclusively dating, I have no right snapping on you, being angry at you. He have no right snapping and angrying it, trying to,
right, want to ruffle your shirt all up. See, don't be trying to ruffle her shirt
up. If
the
discussion was not made, communication is key. When you assume, you make a what out of yourself?
I don't
So if
know.
you assuming that this is exclusive because I'm exclusive, then you make a little but at yourself. Then you get a little, you
So,
know.
hey Maurice, how you doing? Hey Kashia, how you doing? And Kashia, she's up here laughing. So listen, here's the thing. Now, here's where the petty comes in at. Okay. First of all, you too nosy for me, dude. Okay. What in the world? I'm the
What
only
you doing
one
on my
supposed to be
phone?
snooping through phones. Don't be, I can snoop through your phone. This is the way I would find, this is the way how he feels is how I would feel if I found out he was dealing with somebody else. I'm going to dump you whether under these same guidelines, we're dating and we have not made anything exclusive. You are mine. The moment we get to entertaining each other, you are mine. Okay. Whether we have made it official or not, you are mine. And the moment I find out that you've been tainted by another woman, I don't want you anymore. I don't want you. You have ruined the fantasy. Now you are just for everybody. And even though we haven't made it exclusive, because I don't like this new age stuff. Like I just
But
like the old school.
let me help you out, Jay. Let me help
Help
you
me.
out. The thing is no one understands what the word dating means. And just because we feel like we're dating, and I've been a victim of this myself, of making myself think because I'm kicking it with you or I'm dating you or I feel this type of way, then it's supposed to just be us. But that's not what dating is. Dating is finding your mate. Now,
Only the Lord better know. Only the Lord better know about
I
y'all.
don't
Only
think
the
you
Lord.
supposed to be sleeping with everybody that you dating in this whole little dating pool. You supposed to just be having cups of coffee, going out the East End. If you like it, people trying to wind them down, and it don't take you forever to figure that out. But dating is what it is until we establish it's us. I really like you, because if I don't like you like that, and you over here being dude going through my phone, and I ain't even realized, I ain't even got to the point of I want to spend the night at your house. I want to leave, a pair of undies for you. I ain't even got there yet, and you done went through my phone, and now I don't like you no more because you done turned me off because you acting like me. You done turned me off. Now I'm gone. Now you can't even have me.
Now see, that's why I say this new stuff. I just, you all help me, because again, this new stuff, I don't like this new stuff. I don't like, there's so many rules and guidelines and stuff that you have to remember. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do that. And I'm not going to do it. I just want to be in a situation where I can just relax and be free, and I don't have to worry about any dumb ish. So, like, listen, after I say 2 times, we went out 2 or 3 times. If you still entertaining somebody, then it's time for me to go.
I cannot agree with you on that.
Because I have not made my impression on you. Like in 3 times,
on
you
3
either
dates, you could have made an impression, but that don't mean in 3 dates I want to marry you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
But you want to go on a 4th date.
Yeah, we gonna go on the 4th date.
So then that means that you got to let go everything else that you got going on and come on over here.
I don't know about that now.
I don't like.
I don't listen. Somebody schooled me a long time ago.
What they school you on? Because I probably didn't get that class.
Just let me know my worth. I was told that the women hold the power. Cedric, chime in. Let me know if this brother told me wrong, and he wasn't trying to holler at me or nothing. He is 100% a friend who was engaged. All of that, nothing extra going on. He told me that I shouldn't be going on a date. I could go on a date every day if I want to, because I am only dating.
Right.
And a man who is secure in himself would not care if I told him I got another date I'm going on Saturday. Now, if he get mad and he got his panties all up in a bunch, then he insecure, number one. But he's supposed to be secure enough in himself to know you going on that little date with him on Saturday. I see you Sunday. Well, I'll see you next Saturday. But I can't paraphrase everything he told me because this was years ago when he told me this. But it definitely, from hearing it from a man, it was a confidence booster. And he was basically saying, with women, we do that. We meet these guys and we instantly fall heads over heels for them. And it's me and it's you and it's us now, when their minds and their hearts don't move that fast. Now they see potential in us. They may like us. If they don't like us, dude ain't coming back. They gonna ghost you anyway. We still trying to be like, I like him. I like the way
I like him a lot.
I like the way he snore when he
like him a
sleep.
lot.
I see his little jangling
I
schlong
like
dog
it.
in the front of his pants.
I like it. It's long.
He minds. And please don't let us sleep with you fellas. You have to understand that for a good girl, if you sleep with me, you is mine and I is yours.
That's
if
that coochie contract.
let me
I'm
say,
telling you.
that's the contract, but that's the way we think. And if y'all understand that, then you'll hold off on sleeping with us till you know for shizzle, for sure. But I have learned, like, these few couple of dates, I need a lot of dates. I need them because I need your banana peels to start coming down a little bit more. I need your banana peel halfway down.
Right.
Because the first couple of months we fronting.
Y'all.
The first year we fronting. By year 2, I really see you you do get angry because I ain't never heard you say a bad word. Oh, you don't clean behind your toilet. You was just doing that in the beginning. Oh. See, you gotta take your time. We be rushing stuff. You gotta take your time, y'all. 2025. Take your time.
So Cedric is saying, have you told him what it was? And then he's also saying, living the lie. So my thing is this, like, I like transparency. So, and I know that I don't like my patience level for this stuff. I don't have a good patience level because I don't like the games. Like, I don't like all of the back and forth and the behind your back type of stuff. So I'm like, I'm not that type of person. Like, I don't like that. And I know people, the masses say that, that it's dating. This is what you're supposed to do. But I start hearing, once I find out, if I find out that you, see, this is where Pillow Talk with Jay came from. Because once I find out that the same bull junkie that you whispered in my ear, you whispered in somebody else's ear, it becomes null and void over here with me. So now I don't want to hear anything.
He might not be telling y'all the same thing.
The fact that he's whispering anything in anybody else's ears is, you become null and void to me. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll fall back because I'm just like, you know what? Listen, your energy is not all the way over here. And because I'm like that. So what I think I have learned, because I've been told, you can't expect people to date like you date.
Exactly.
Just because you don't want to date multiple people at the same time, that's you. That's because you don't want, but you can't expect everybody else to follow that notion. So unfortunately, I kind of accept it a little bit, but it still has not changed how I react once I find out. Because once I find out,
it's
like,
a turn off.
I'm like, I'm not. You not my boo. You all of our boos, and I don't share.
If I'm dating you, you ain't my boo yet. We dating.
But
why
no,
are
you're
you
my boo.
Why are you my boo? And
because I'm talking to you. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning. Hey. Once I find out that that's a chain message, I don't listen. Just say, what's up, bro? What's up, dog? Good morning, big dog. Just say something. Don't say the same. Don't
you
say
know
that.
How many my loves I done had?
I mean,
until I got to the realization of, dang, one, none of them people my love, but this one here, this my love right here. This one right here, this is my love.
I'm just like, I don't even want to hear it. It becomes just like instantly. It's just like,
they gotta give you your own special nickname.
Just call me bro. What's up, bro?
Bro.
You can call me bro.
Call me bro. Please don't say bro. I'm so sick of hearing bro.
You can say,
listen,
say something else besides all that good morning, queen.
If you call
and
me
telling
bro
everybody
or
else
sis, you done already let me know I'm in the friend zone and my feelings ain't moving. What is in that cup? Because that don't look like coffee.
She's so judgmental. Jeez, it's some delicious coffee over here.
That
Now,
is cream and water. I'm sitting up here like it ain't brown enough. Okay, well, I'm
it's
back.
never brown.
I'm back.
Pretty-
It usually is. It's a
That's-
little bit. It's
That's-
like my color.
That mean because I done put too much caramel in there. So Pretty Tasha is saying exactly right. Dating is not exclusive. I do not like to be called boo, and it ain't nothing serious yet. And you know what? And I'm with all of that. So my thing is, I don't mind being called boo or anything like that, just as long as you're not calling nobody else that. But if you calling us all boo,
right.
I don't want you to call me boo. You can say, hey, you, Miss Lady, what something that you're not calling the rest of them, because I must stand out. Cedric is saying tricks are for kids, toys are for boys, and I'm a grown
man
up in here. He says, so moving around if that's the issue on. See, that's what I'm saying right there. Spoken from a man. Move it around if that's the issue that you want. But my problem was, listen, sir, do not go through the phones. But my thing, I don't like multiple people. I'm not gonna do it because I don't have the attention span. I don't have the desire, and then I can't keep up with it. It's like, you gotta know what this person like. You allergic to shrimp?
I don't have.
I done brought you a shrimp basket, and I brought you the wrong thing because he liked the shrimp and you like the cheese. Look, I had that happen before. I was talking to somebody, and I was like, I was gonna be real nice. I was like, he said that he like cheesecake and this and that. It wasn't even him. So I was like, I had got the cheesecake.
Up. That's why you got problems with all this stuff, because you ain't know how to do it.
Right.
That's the problem. You can't keep up. So since you can't keep up, they can't keep up.
I said, you know what? This is not the life for me. Like, I cannot. Cedric, you still with that Bastilos? Okay, I'm telling you, I promise you, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Remind me this weekend, Cedric, so I can get it when I go to the store. But I don't like I say, I don't like all of that. Like,
it's. I will admit, when I think about a time when I was trying to do all that dating, and you remember one dropped me off and the other one picked me up. Oh, this is too much. I cannot. And then I thought the other one was gonna punch me in my eye. No wonder they used to always call me shorty, man, shorty. You're doing too much, shorty. Like, I didn't even do nothing. We're just dating. Like, what are you talking about?
Because baby, they don't like when you do it. Because
I had a disclaimer. I just got out of a very serious relationship that I've been in since I was a kid, and I just want to live my life, and I just want to have fun. So I hope you down with this program. I was honest. I put it out there. It wasn't my fault that he couldn't handle that. He roughed me up because I'm hood. I wish you would touch me.
It's like with this. So when you are dating in that dating realm, then I think that definitely honesty is definitely the best policy. Like, be upfront and let people know. And again, you all can say, listen, for those that hide behind we're just dating, so why do I have to have this conversation? It's just out of respect.
You leave that person, because that person is just one of them things in the first
place.
That's
gonna be on some garbage. Just like you have it, because if nothing else, don't you have some respect for me and let me make a decision on, what, if I want to be in this setup, like if I want to be just another number.
I also think that
if I want to be another day of the week, let me know. If I just want to be Saturday, or if I want to be Sunday or Friday, let me know that I'm one of those days.
Okay, Noriega.
What's that?
Noriega had his Wednesday chick on one of the movies. I think he was El Chapo. I don't remember. But
but it's like, let me know what, so I can decide, what, you're going to have to replace me. I'm going to get out this rotation, and I'm going to let you put somebody else in there, and I'm good on you. It ain't no hard feelings. And I can respect a situation like that. But if I got to find out that I'm Thursday
to the grapevine,
then I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore.
I feel like it also, on the opposite side of that, it allows me to know how to carry myself. If we're at a place where you're still dating other people, it's some other prospects on your list, and you ain't figured out where you want to go, let me know so that I know how to carry myself, so that I'm not over here feeling like, oh, we're exclusively dating, it's just you and I. Because maybe if you still dating other people, then that mean I could still go over here and I could still be looking. And if in this looking we come back and we realize, okay, the communication allows people to be able to make their own decisions and choices, and you're not taking their choices away. Like if you want to step out, I want to see other people, you need to bring that to your partner so that that person can make a decision. Do I want to be here?
Do I want to sit around
Do
for
not
this?
take my choices and my decisions away from me. And when you take my choice away from me, that is a huge turnoff for me.
A huge turnoff. And like I said, for me, just the fact that we've seen each other for a few times, we've been out a couple of times, and for me, I start looking at it like this: you're still looking, so clearly I'm not who you checking for. So I'm gonna go ahead on and I'm gonna eliminate myself from the situation, because I'm trying to figure out how many times, how many dates, how many times do we got to go out before you decide, you know what, she cool, I want to see what's up with her. You not gonna take a whole 6 months to be dating me before you figure out, and then you constantly add new people in a row. See, this is why. And now people would be like, well, why you man his business? Well, it becomes my business because my feelings are involved in this. I'm in this, so I'm involved in this situation. So I need to know how far to go. So if I'm assuming that because we've been dating for 6 months and we always together, we always talking, I'm assuming you feeling me, but you done filled your roster up. I don't want to be a part of that mess, but I understand that this is the jacked up way and the jacked up world that we are living in, and this is what people are doing. And so I say, people that like to do this, listen, rock out, continue to do you, but listen, you got to count me out, count me out of this bull junkie, in that order. Now, speaking of count me out,
Uh-oh.
tonight we're talking about knowing your partner's love language. See, because now after you done did all of this and now y'all done cleared y'all roster, now y'all together. You and we are together and we are on our way. We are on this journey. We are on this path and this road to love, happiness, and all that other ish that's at the end of the rainbow, and that's at the end of this road. But how do we get there? We talked about this a little bit earlier when we were talking about knowing how to please each other sexually. You cannot assume the one size fit all. You cannot assume that what worked and what you were doing with this last person or with your previous relationships, that's always going to be a home run for everybody that you meet. And that's where it comes in at, with us talking about love languages and knowing what your love language is. So the love language is, for those that don't know what the love language is, the love language is the way that you receive love. It's what makes you feel loved, valued, and important in a relationship. Now, according to an online source, there are 5 types of love languages. And the first one is quality time. The next one is words of affirmation. That's affection and appreciative statements. The next one is acts of service, doing kind things for each other just because. The fourth one is gifts. And the final one is physical touch. Now, this can be shown in the form of hugs or cuddling. It may or may not be sexual. It could be a pat on the, a slap on the butt, a kiss on the cheek. It may be a forehead kiss, some type of physical touch that does not have to be sexual, but it's something that it resonates with your heart. So now, when we talk about the love languages, I believe that most people have at least one love language. Some people have more than one love language. Lady Lourdes, do you have a love? What's your love? I know you do, because you. What's, what's your love language?
All right, so physical touch and I don't know which one quality time fall up under, but
It's a separate one. It's quality time.
hold on, wait. I got it, because I got it. It's quality touch and physical touch, and the physical touch is my number one. I love to touch. It's not about sexual touching. It's just sitting by each other and being like this. It doesn't have to hold hands or anything. Like, my skin gotta touch your, I play with ears. So I gotta, be able to lean over and touch your ear, rub on your ear. If you got a problem with that, then you gonna have a problem with me. Quality time. I don't know through the questions how physical touch came first, but quality time is number one for me, because we get 24 hours in the day, and you probably spend 10 to 12 of them at work, and the other 8 you spend it sleeping. You better invest at least an hour on texting and talking to me throughout the day. I don't mean one time, but we get 2 off days. When you give me one of them off days, yes. When you spend time with me, this Capricorn right here, loyal, baby. She ain't going nowhere. You spending time with me, that time is the one thing in life we cannot get back, and nobody understands that. And when you give me your time and I give you my time, and please don't waste my time.
Please don't.
Yeah.
And see, and my thing is this. Mine is quality time. Definitely quality time. And then communication would be next for me. So by knowing my qualities, by knowing my love languages. So now let's flip it. Do we know our partner's love language? And are we really invested into what our partners want? What works for them? Because, okay, mine is, again, quality time and communication. I can't go assuming that just because that's mine, so now I'm getting my need met. But what about our partners?
Right.
So how often do we take the time to figure out and even ask, what do you like? What do you need?
What do you need from me?
What can I give you in this space to make you more happier, to make this thing work, to make this thing healthy, not just for me, but for you? Are we looking at that? Do you know what his love language is?
Physical touch and words of affirmation.
Okay. Because again, and the reason why I ask that is because, again, a lot of times we get wrapped up in, okay, because we quality time and they may be gifts. So they're giving you gifts because that's what they like. So
that's me.
It's not, so I had a situation where, like, gifts don't really resonate with me, especially like dudes like you got money. So it's like, it's nothing for you to buy me things, but to spend time with you would mean the world. Like, so it's like, it's nothing like spending quality time. But again, that's where the love languages come in at, because it's like, okay, this could be your love language. So for me to show you love, I may need to give you gifts. But for you to show me love, I need your time.
Right.
And a lot of times, that's how we clash.
We love. I know for me, I wasn't even loving people off of my love language. I was loving off of what I thought would make them happy. So me, I'm a gift giver. I show my love by giving gifts, and I think it's more sort of like nurturing and take care of you. But I'm gonna spend all my money on you. I'm gonna go buy you things that I heard that you said that you liked. I want to go out to eat. I'm a like we going to expensive restaurants on me. In real life,
So how did you get that as being a, that's interesting.
it
So
wasn't so much of as it was a love language. This was
okay.
before I even learned what love language was for. It was just in my mind. This was how I wanted to express love because I like to go out and eat, and that has nothing to do with my love
Right,
language.
and that's why I'm kind
I
of
just
confused.
like
Right.
to, you know,
Okay.
I like
Right.
to
I
go
know
out
you
to
like to go
eat.
out and eat, but
I call my friends like, hey, let's go out to eat. I don't have no money. I didn't ask you that. I got you. Come on, let's go out to eat. So even in my relationships, I was doing that. You know, like, oh, back in the cassette tape. Oh, you want that cassette tape? Let me go. I'm gonna get him this cassette tape. I like, for me, I like small things. It's the small things that matter to me. I'm having high flashes. You went and bought me a fan. Oh my God, you love me. Stuff like that. So I think and I listen to little things like that. But I never realized the love languages. And the book was introduced to me over 10 years ago. I read the book. I apply the love languages to my children because I learned I can't love each one of them the same. Each one of them needs something different. But since we on this topic, there is an app, and I use the app. Both of us, we both have the app downloaded on our phones. It's called Love Nudge. And you take the quiz, and it basically tells you, you know, these are all his love languages. It tells me which ones are higher. And then mines are on there for me to see what my love languages are. And then we could go on there and we could say, okay, right now, well, the last time I did this was a while ago, but it says, how loved do you feel today? And I put the last time I did it was 85%. The last time he did it, it was at 90%. We could leave little messages on here. Like I left him a message like, hey, I want movie night on Sunday. And it's and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it's amazing. It's been pretty cool. Even I didn't been at 35% on here. I don't even want to talk to you today. But then it leads the conversation to what's going on. Like, why do you feel that way?
and that is so important. That's kind of why I wanted to talk about this, because sometimes we become one-sided. So we get so consumed on what we want, and what we need, and what we not getting, and all this and that. But sometimes we forget that, like, okay, you want all of this, but what are you giving? When was the last time you checked in to make sure that the person, your mate, your spouse, significant other, whomever, when was the last time you checked in and you made sure you were giving them what they need? Because once you bring that conversation to the forefront, and I think we should be open. A lot of times, some people, we like to just push it all out, do whatever you feel is right. No, no, no. You can't tell me to do what I feel is right. Like, we have to have a conversation. We have to have a dialogue. In order for you to get what you want, you got to communicate. Sometimes we expect people to be a mind reader, because I know, listen, baby,
you should know what I want by now.
Exactly. We've been doing this for too long. And you mean to tell me that you don't know that
me.
I hate bananas? And how do you not, baby? Look, okay.
I just went like, how you don't know I don't like lemon cake? Like, how could you? And then the bad thing about it was, Jay, it almost was like his feelings was hurt, because it was like, I thought about you, I bought you something. You ain't even supposed to be eating sweets, and I bought you this. And I speak with my face, and my face turned up, y'all. And I was like, I don't even like lemon cake. And I'm just sitting here like, how you don't know that? Because I put lemon in my water. I eat lemons. Whatever, but I don't like lemon meringue pie. I don't want your lemon pound
Sister
cake.
Vance,
I don't
can't
want
wait for
nothing
you
to
to make
do with lemon.
I
And I
love
took a piece of that lemon
everything.
cake, and I was like, and I could have been the old me, would have been like, I don't like this. How the hell you don't know I don't like this? But I was just like, I need you to remember I don't like lemon cakes.
See, I understand, because that's how I would feel like, again, like I say, with bananas or with chocolate or things like that. But I think that what I would do is, I'm always striving to be mindful of those in the moment things, like you thought of me to bring me this, and I'm going to graciously accept it. And then later on, I'll come back, not in that moment, because I don't want to kill your spirit in that moment. But I'm like, in later on topics, I'll find a way to bring it up and be like, I hate I hate bananas with a passion. And they'll be like, I just bought you a banana such and such. I'm like, yeah, and I appreciate it. Well, why you didn't tell me that you didn't like it right then and there? Because I appreciate it. It was not the fact that it was a banana.
Right.
See, and that would have overshadowed the whole moment of me genuinely being appreciative, because you thought about me and you did not have to. So for that, I'm not going to kill that in the moment, but I will bring it up at a later time so that we can just be on one accord on, listen, this is what I like. Thank you so much, Maurice Logan, for the stars. We appreciate it. This is what I like. But with that being said, and what I like, let me make sure I'm giving you what you like. What do you desire? What can I do more of? What do I need to do less of? That is, because listen, without saying stop talking someone, because that's probably not gonna happen, but I will limit the times that I talk. So if I talk, just let me get it all out, and then
you good, because I don't know if I'm better to help you on that.
Don't say that one.
I could tell though. You gotta pay attention to their cues.
Oh,
I'm just talking. Okay, let me go over here and be quiet, love.
I understand. I'm just like, listen, that be the story of my life. But we gotta get back to, catering to each other. Like what can I do? Like, are you okay? Like, how are you feeling? Look, what can we do? What can I do to make this better for you? Like, without it always having to be a confrontation. It's like when we get better at checking in with each other and checking in on each other, then I think that relationships will become healthier. We will become happier, but it takes two people. You cannot be in a relationship and one person can be telling you what they want and what they need, but then you ask your partner and then they're just like, you should know. I mean, you have to figure it out. Like, I have to figure it out. Like, okay, clearly what I'm doing is not working. Right. So my figuring it out is not working because I'm figuring it out based upon my perception and based upon what I like
and your experiences and all of those things. You think because that fellow you was dating over here, he liked this, so you gonna like it because you a boy, or this girl like getting flowers all the time, so I'm gonna give you flowers all the time because it made her happy, and that might not be what it is. And now you sitting here with your feelings hurt because we're not doing what? Communicating.
Now Cedric said you cold-blooded. I'm not sure which one of us is cold-blooded.
Please don't say it was me.
Cedric, explain. Tell me who cold-blooded, because I don't know. But when we get down to it and just say, you know what? Again, let's just check in with each other. Let's see how this is going. And I know some people may be like, oh, Jay, that's in a fairy tale world. No. We got to make time for each other. We got to we just got to have some downtime. I saw so many like techniques and videos where, listen, we just got to stop and we just got to reconnect. We, have some silent jazz or some natural sounds and just reconnect, stretch, and just do different things to reconnect with each other and, just change the energy in the relationship. But it's like, you got to do that. You got to put forth that time. But it's like, if you only about what you want, okay, so they've given you everything that you want. So now you over there happy, but they looking for somebody else.
Right.
Because you not doing what needs to be done for them.
They just not happy. They over there sad and miserable and not happy.
And you're not doing anything about it. You know why? Because you're getting what you want out of it. But Are you giving what they need? Are we tapping into what our partners need? Or do we even care? Listen, as a partner, how are you as a partner? I mean, we all love to think that we are just great. How are you? Oh, listen.
I'm the best.
I am the end all be all. Listen, and just say and add the other stuff. Listen, I can be a little sensitive. I can be a lot of spoiled. I can be a lot of, a lot of that. But I'm more sugar than spice. Okay. I'm more good things than the bad things.
Is the spice bad? Spice ain't bad, girl. Spice is good.
Well, it depends on what people love. What's their tolerance level for spicy? Because
sugar and spice is amazing. They go well together.
Depends on what.
Cumin.
Listen, what's the dominant taste? If that dominant taste is spicy, like them gingerbread cookies,
I'm a little spicy.
Yeah, So, but it's like, can the person that you with? They got to be able to accept and enjoy all that combination. But again, you're not gonna know what they like or what they want if you not if you not checking in with them. So it's like when you first met, y'all first got married, and you was just popped off, and he loved that. Like, man, he was like, man, like on waiting to exhale, that itch turned me on. Like, yeah, like, yeah. But now you done switched, but you don't realize
you changed a little bit. Yeah.
Now you more conservative, a little bit more reserved, and he like that, right? He still want the one that he. But if we not talking to each other about it, we not saying nothing. Now we holding all of this stuff in our hearts, and we have no idea how we're feeling about each other. Because we not talking about it.
Exactly. Communication.
We not talking about it, but you're quick to say, and you don't do this no more, and you don't do that no more, and da-da-da-da-da.
And stop being sensitive when somebody try to tell you what they need or what they want. We get so defensive because somebody said, I miss when you used to. What you mean you miss when I used to? I don't do this. You saying I don't love you? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I miss when you used to do that. You stopped doing that.
Cedric is saying, I absolutely agree. It's about mutually investing in each other. Keyword mutually. Absolutely. Yes. And it's just like one person's feelings. It's like when you see a lot of this stuff on social media, it's always I. Everything is I focus. I want this. I want that. I want. What are you giving? What are you doing? What can they expect from you? How are you going to treat them? How are they going to benefit from the relationship? How will one benefit from being involved with you?
How are you showing up for them?
Exactly. And that's a lot of times I think that we forget that, like that, the other person, what they want, it falls to the wayside, especially if we getting what we want and what we need. Man, listen, he done did this, and this. And you just, baby, you gone. When was the last time you asked him? When was the last time you did something for him? Or vice versa. She's doing all of this for you. She's doing all of this, and she taking care of everything. When was the last time you checked in and asked her what she need? How she feeling? How she doing? When was the last time you did something nice?
And answer the question when they ask. Ooh.
When was the last time?
Somebody say, how you doing, baby? I'm okay. You looking at them weird because you trying to figure out what's wrong. Why you asking me these questions? What is you all right? I'm okay. I'm just checking in.
And it's like when we start looking that way, it's like because we've never done it before. We ain't used to it. It's just like, woo, child, what is this coming from?
I'm uncomfortable with change. I am so uncomfortable. Why you in here? Why are you doing that?
I'm like, listen, and this is how we take each other for granted when we stop checking in, we stop seeing about, listen, come see about me. We got to come see about each other. We got to make sure we showing up for each other.
Let's go for your friends, your kids, for everybody. Like The 5 love languages is not just for relationships, marriages. It is across the board, will help you so much in dealing with people. I can't friend her, love her as a friend the way I love all my other friends, because we all bring something different to the table to each other. Now, collectively as a group, we all one way.
Right.
But I can't go over her house and act the same way or love her the same way or be the same way with her, because she's different from this other friend.
Right.
And if you're treating everybody the same way, you gotta take a look at yourself. We gotta step out of ourselves, like you said, and do love each other in ways that that person needs you to show up for them.
Because again, loving each other, just like with your family, it's not a one size fit all. Like, listen, love is the key. So love is the feeling that we feel, but the way we show that love to each family member is going to differ because everybody is different. So the way that I show love for my son is different from the way, or from this sister is different than the way I show love to this sister, because you got to know what each personality needs. Everybody's personality is different. So you got to talk to each person a different way, and that's how your love resonates
That's why everybody
with them.
thinks somebody the favorite.
Right.
They don't even realizing I'm loving this person the way this person needs to be loved.
That is so true, and that's a really good point.
I'm not. It ain't no favoritism. I'm just giving this person what they need. This son loves quality time. This son will come in my room. He is a grown man, and he's still gonna lay in his mama bed up under the cover with her. This one, we going outside, we going shopping, we going eating. That's his quality time. It's the same kind. It's the same thing, right? Both of them is quality time, yeah, but they different. I just want to cuddle with you, mama. I just want to come lay in the bed with you, laugh and joke and talk and watch a movie. No, I want to go outside with you.
And see, and that is so true. So even though I just got one kid, but like I noticed that with like my nieces and my nephews, like I love all of them. Like, but it's like you have to do different things for each one of them because they're all so different in their own way. And it's just like, well, one may be all up in your face and you can talk and do this thing with them, but you have to, do this thing with the other person. But the whole gist of it and the whole important thing to know and just take away from it is that we got to make sure we're checking in. We got to make sure that we're checking in with our partners. We got to make sure that not only if we're expecting something, but we got to make sure that we stepping our game up for what it is that we're giving to our partners. We're giving to our significant others. We're giving to our spouses. We got to make sure that we're giving out just as much as we're expecting. We got to make sure that that giving and that paying attention to what it is that they need. We got to make sure that we are on one accord with that. But this checking in and just seeing how each other's doing, I believe that piece is just, it's huge. It's huge. Cedric is saying having love for someone and genuinely loving someone are two different things. I absolutely agree. And so having love for somebody, to me, that's not, don't have love for me and be in no relationship with me. Have love for me because we friends and we cool. But we in a relationship, I need you loving on me because I'm gonna be loving on you, not because if I would describe my relationship and say, oh, I got love for this person, I don't need to be in a relationship with you.
Right.
I got love. That's when we in the dating phase. We dating and we seeing each other. Yeah, I got love for you. We cool, but once we become exclusive,
talking about I got love for you. To me, that's just like we just broke up, and it's like I still got love for you, but
exactly, and it's like
it's levels anyway. It's levels to love anyway, because I could be with you for 10 years and fall out of love with you. I'm not in love anymore, but I love you. But we can fall back in love with each other
if we're willing to do the work. So the takeaway for tonight is just let's make sure that We know our partner's love language. Make sure that we checking in on each other to see what we need to make things grow so that not only we can be happy and we can be fulfilled and we can be content, but we want to make sure that our partners are happy, fulfilled, and content as well. So, guys, listen, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the Jaye Spot. Follow us on Twitter at Jaye Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the Jaye Spot. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. While you're at it, go right around the corner. Go to YouTube. Boop, boop, boop. Like and follow us there. That's the Jaye Spot Radio. Subscribe to our channel. And then go to TikTok. Like and follow us there. The Jaye Spot. Jaye. Turn on the notification bell for all platforms. Until next time, you guys, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Good night, guys. Thank you. Good night, guys. Yeah, make sure you figuring out
on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good night, guys. Thank you. Good night, guys. Thank you guys so much. Good night.
Oh, I'm so glad they got my glasses right.